We all know that the incoming U.S. President, Donald Trump, is a huge narcissist. Whenever anything goes wrong, it's not his fault. No, somebody else messed up. He didn't cause the problem, someone else did. Well, by that standard, Justin Trudeau is just as big a narcissist as Donald Trump. Just take a look at Trudeau's resignation announcement this week.
I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night, I asked the President of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election.
He didn't really resign. He did what the National Post called a post-dated resignation. He'll resign sometime in the future when his party picks a new leader. Now, it looks as though that will be sometime before Parliament reconvenes in March. That's pretty quick, but that's not how this normally works. Normally, leaders resign, an interim is appointed, a leadership race is held, and the new leader is sworn in. Only a narcissist needs to hang on to the very last minute. But also take a look at the fact that he said he thinks he'd still be the very best candidate if it weren't for internal battles within his caucus and his party. If other people were not sniping at him, if they weren't trying to push him out, he would still be the finest leader that Canada could come up with. That's narcissistic. Then he said he had to go to Governor General Mary Simon and ask for Parliament to be prorogued in order to give Canada the governance it needs. Now, that's oxymoronic. We can't have Parliament because he needs to reset the government. What's happened here is through most of the fall, the opposition has been demanding the Liberals turn over records for a green slush fund, the sustainable technology fund that they set up, which was rife with conflicts of interest. The Auditor General found 180 conflicts of interest in this fund. And parliamentarians demanded the Liberals turn over the records that would show where that money went. And the Liberals have refused. And because the Speaker has said the opposition has every right to see these documents, the Liberals have held on and held on and held on while the opposition filibustered, keeping the government from getting the things it wants while they wait to get these documents they have every right to. That's the government's fault. That's Trudeau's fault. Trudeau has made that decision that those documents should not be handed over to the opposition because he's afraid they'll be handed over to the RCMP. That is a narcissist's explanation for why he had to suspend democracy in order to save it. It's ridiculous. And he also said that none of this would have happened if in 2017 the opposition had allowed democratic reform to be passed in the House of Commons. Well, it never got to a vote. There was a commission that the Prime Minister set up that recommended preferential balloting, but there was enough opposition to it in the country that the Liberals didn't want to be bold and take care of it. But Trudeau said we couldn't go ahead with it in 2017 because the opposition wouldn't agree. He had a majority in 2017. He could have passed any bill he wanted to. He could have made any democratic reforms he needed to. He didn't need the opposition to go along with that. But now, when he's claiming that there's division in the country, and the division is because we didn't get democratic reform and parties won't cooperate with one another, that's the opposition's fault, not his. The man is a classic narcissist. And the sooner he's gone, the better off Canada will be. For Postmedia, I'm Lorne Gunter.